always two sides. So let me tell it my way.
Yeah.
Once a kid.
I really thought they had me. Real talk. Circled up just to blast me. Real talk. Believe the rumors from them bastards. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Yeah. You can call it smoke, or you can call it gas. You can call it what you want, but I'm gonna get that. Forgive me, I took a lot from some entitled niggas. Kept it funky from the start, always 100 with them. Sharing my heart with them, sharing my life with them, sharing my vision with them. Why they acting so forgetful, dismissing everything I ever did for you. Believe the rumor from the liars, what they did for you. I was 100 proof flame like expensive vodka. Drunk with wisdom that I gave, kept your heart solid. You can never say I played, I was never rocking. I guess that Judas kiss was sweet, now my voice foreign. What's up, Les? Natasha, good morning. Good morning, mama. Conversation and verses. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Conversation and verses this morning. What's up, Kobe? I'm gonna talk about this song, where it come from. Pastor Fred and I'm on one.
Not for nothing, I heard he cheated on his wife and left his church behind.
Snakes in my den, I'm walking with the wolves. Delilah cut my dreads, cause Jezzy had a fool. Fuel my enemies, smell my blood, they consume. Vicious bishops turning on me, that's what niggas do. Plotted up, kill my view. My eagle eye comes from y'all, I'm always seeing you. Whisper to my 9 milli. Your life is gone, nothing left really. Forgive me. Conversation and verses this morning. Pastor Fred was never soft. Quotes of Psalms. I really thought they circled up just to blast me. Believe the rumors from them bastards. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Yeah. So, I know a lot of people at work right now, but you always got to do it when you do it. You got to do it up under the unction. And I've been waiting to get into this. This is conversation and verses. Conversation and verses. So listen, all right, what's up, what up, Shy Senior? Jeff, what's going on? Look, what's happening with you? So this is conversation and verses. I've been waiting to talk about this, the album that's out right now. I want to thank God for a lot of people that has went to Bandcamp and listened to the album. It's a powerful album. The Catharsis is a very powerful album. It's a mature album. It's not a little boy album. It's a mature album. And it's about what I went through. It's about what I went through over a 20-year span. And this, my gift, I'm not just using my gift of music and my gift of writing to be able to express it. But if you go and listen to it, I had the testimony from a lady that came to the church, and she was in her upper 50s. She was in her upper 50s, probably going on 60. And she said, I don't like hip hop. She said, I don't like hip hop. She said, but I took a chance and something just told me to listen to it. And so she said, I listened to it. And she says, after I listened to it, she said, man, she said some of the songs, it made me cry because I understood where you was coming from. And so, today I've been waiting, and some of you seen the flyer of Conversations and Verses, and I wanted to talk today about real talk. This is Pastor Fred, God's man on deck. This is a conversation I'm having. I want you to share this later on. Share this, put somebody's name in it. I'm talking about it. And if you haven't heard the project, I want you to go to, hey, Iris, if you haven't heard the project, I want you to go to, you can go pastorfredbandcamp.com. When you go to Bandcamp, it's on, I have it on Bandcamp because you can listen to it, and you can decide at the end whether you want to donate and whether you want to give a seed to it or not. It's up to you. But it's on there. It's not on there, and it's not on there like that because it doesn't have value. Listen, there's a lot of work that's been put into it, but sometimes when you haven't heard a person and you really don't know nothing about a person, you want to know whether is it worth my time. And so I put it on there like that. And thank God there's so many people that listen to the whole project. And if somebody would put bandcamp.com, Pastor Fred, bandcamp.com. If you put that in the comments for me, for some of the people that want to go check it out. But the song that I was just playing, Real Talk, is about a place that I was as just a person, you know, just a man that had sown himself and sown his life and sown all his wisdom and sown into these things. Hey, good morning, Shell. Good morning, Shell, Connecticut. Y'all better watch out. You got to watch out for what's going on. My wife will be on here in a minute. I want to always thank God for my beautiful wife, Jamila Gooden. I want to thank God for her. I know she'll be popping on in a minute, but I want you to hear this, that this everything that I had gone through. And let me take this segue in this moment to thank God for my wife that walked with me through my process of being healed so that I can write this. You know, so many times you never make it through a lot of these things you go through, because when it comes to the time where to being healed from it, you have to be in a place and around people that can help, that can actually stay with you while you go through the process. Real Talk was about my experience as a pastor. Real Talk was my experience as a friend and a confidant. And that's why I'm on there, and I express it, and I don't hold nothing back. The only thing being held back on there is I'm not a man that curse anyway. But in that song, I probably really wanted to, you know, I really wanted to get at people. You know, I wanted to get at the certain spirits that people, because when folk dog you out, when folk turn on you, you know, and when they turn on you, and you know, like when they turn on you and you know that you had done everything possible, you know what I mean, to be a good friend, when you done everything possible to be a good mentor, you done everything possible, and you gave it your all, you know what I mean? When that happens to you, man, that it does something to you, especially when people that have been around you, and they ain't been around you a short amount of time, they've been around you a long amount of time, and then they hear something, right? They hear a rumor, like they know you. And so I'm the type of person that if something happens to me, and if you do something to me, I'm not the person that goes out and then immediately goes out and say what you did to me. I'm the type of dude that I just pull back, because I ain't gonna never try to make you look like no bad guy. I'm not gonna do that, because I'm not a dude that move like that or talk like that. And I was like that in the streets. You never knew who I had beef with. The only person that knew I had beef with them is the person that I had beef with. And they probably weren't gonna find out what I really felt until that time. And so I kind of moved the same way when I gave my life to the Lord. I moved kind of the same way. I don't talk. And so because of that, when I start going through my things, when I start going through my transitions, when I start going through my divorce, you know what I mean? When I was in that place, you know, folks start running their mouth. I mean, these people that I done sold into, like, these are people that I have ministered to, I have counseled, you know, these people. And I'm not calling no names right now, because it's not about that, but I want to minister to somebody about Real Talk. So when you go and you listen to Real Talk, you be like, dang, that it was like that, you know. And you talking about being a pastor for 12 years. 12 years of my life as a senior leader in God's church, being a pastor for 12 years and sowing into people and seeing the reaction of people coming back. And I'm talking to people right now that you've been betrayed, man. You was betrayed. You was belittled. You was broken. You was beaten. And that was me. You know what I'm saying? Betrayed, broken, and beaten. And then some things happened in my personal life that tried to wreck me, tried to take me to the point of suicide. Real talk. Real talk. You know, to the point where, man, I don't even know what my value is in life no more. You know, because at the point of one of my pointers in the song, I said, I speak to it. I say, man, my kids are grown now, man. I don't even know why I'm here anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Not that I want to die because of a person, but my value as a person was, I didn't know what's going on, Dietrich. So because I was there, you know, it took me to a place, and Real Talk is what came out of it. You know, people start talking about and saying, you know, and it's on the song. I said it on the song. They talking about, you know, he done cheated on his wife, and he done shut his church down, and they ain't, you know, liars, man. You know, people that just don't know. You know, and no, I never sit up here and try to give people details. Details is God's business, not yours. Details is God's business and not yours. But the thing about it is, those things were never a part of my character. Those things were never a part of my makeup. And when people that's been walking with you start believing something that they never saw in your character, man, it hurts. It hurts. So you know, when people start believing stuff that they ain't never seen that in your character. They ain't never seen that been a part of you. And this came to me because me and my wife, as we were talking and we, you know, spiritual warfare that come from the outside, not us. We good, but our spiritual warfare come from the outside. You know what I'm saying? And as we start dealing with the same, she kind of dealing with the same thing, you know, from people that she helped, you know, people that she grew up, people that she sold into, people that she gave life to. And these same jokers are the same one coming back and now acting like, man, you know, I sharing my heart with them, sharing my life with them, sharing my vision with them. Why they acting so forgetful? You know, them the lines in the soul, you know, because that's what it's about. I shared that, sharing my heart with them, sharing my life with them, sharing my vision. And then these jokers get with a whole nother group of people and start talking about me like I ain't never existed, like I ain't never did nothing for them. Like I wasn't one of the ones that spoke until they broken this, you know what I mean? And helped them and walk through it. And once they seen, and this is the funny thing, it was the first time since I had been saved in almost 24 years that the world, watch this, that a whole city was actually able to say Fred was in a broken place. Whole city. Because all they knew was Apostle Gooden. They heard me on radio consistently, preaching nothing but the gospel. And everybody had something good to say, but it's funny. Y'all catch this. It's funny. Little people very much talk as they sit and they listen to you and take from your wisdom and build off your wisdom. But as soon as they hear something that they think is bad about you, the whole world comes. The whole, you know, and so that's what real talk is about. Sharing my heart with them, sharing my life with them, sharing my vision with them. Why they acting so forgetful? Why they acting like they ain't? Why they acting like that? Circle up just to blast. That's the song. And I'm gonna play it again at the end because I want y'all to get this. I want y'all to know this. This man ain't just. You say, well, God, dog, he's a pastor of a church. Why in the world is he even writing an album right now? What is he even doing? What is this? It means something because sometimes expression have to be done another way. My wife writes books. I like to write songs because that's how it comes out. I express the way I need to express because it has to come out. Because if it don't come out of me, it's going to stay in me. I had vile stuff to happen to me. You understand what I'm saying? I had stuff that happened to me that made me question who I was. And so real talk speaks to that. Real talk speaks to the things that happened against me, right? It speaks to that. It speaks to that because I was in the loneliest broken place. In that place, I knew what Ezekiel was talking about when Ezekiel say I was in the cleft of the rock. When Ezekiel was in the cleft of the rock, the Bible says that the wind came by. It says that an earthquake came by. It says that it cracked. And it says after that, Ezekiel said, he still said after that, man, I'm ready to go home. Ezekiel said after all he's seen everything, and he says, and then it says that the Lord spoke in a still small voice. But even after that, Ezekiel said, man, I'm ready to go home, man. I can't take no more of this. But I made it out my cleft of the rock. And now the person that you're seeing before you is a product of pain, brokenness, and I mean coming out in the gospel. And that's why I say what I say. And, you know, I even, you know, shout out to Bishop McLaughlin. Thank God for him taking on me and my wife, Jamila, taking on us and speaking into us. Thank God for him. But he was like, man, I heard your song, man. And in the song, I say, bishops turning on me. That's what niggas do. I say it again. Bishops turning on me. That's what niggas do. Because these same people that I was with, it was almost like they was ready. Snakes in my den. I'm walking with the wolves. Delilah cut my dreads because Jezzy had her food. Fueled my enemies. Smelled my blood. They consumed. Bishops turning on me. That's what niggas do. That's where that lyric come from. Because I really was supposed to die in this. That my life really in this, I wasn't supposed to make it to Charlotte. I wasn't supposed to make it to my wife, the one that God called me from the beginning of time. She is Eve. She is my Eve. I wasn't supposed to make it. I was supposed to die there. And all them Negroes watched. Like watch this. Like Job's friends watched him. These Negroes sat around and watched. They say he gonna die. Joke's on you, Jack. Real talk. Joke's on you. I'm married to a beautiful woman. I'm happy. I'm doing the Lord's work. But the inspiration, the catharsis is for people that's about to give up because you got a whole camp turning against you. The catharsis, that real talk is for pastors that, you know what, man, you wasn't the one that cheated. You wasn't the one that acting stupid. But because of how people talk, they thought it was you and they turned on you. And that song for you. That song for brothers and sisters that folk turned on you because they believed what somebody was saying. Because they had to, y'all got to realize, some folk want to hear something bad about you, man. It's like they got to hear something bad. And the thing about it was with Gooden, see, the one thing about me, I was gun-ho, like gun-ho in the gospel. Anytime you heard me, if you go to old lives, I'm at it. I'm at it. Righteousness for God's sake, I'm at it. And I didn't know I had so many people that didn't like me because of the righteousness that I carried. So they was waiting for something to happen. And so it happened. Yep, the divorce happened. Yep, the trial with the church happened. I ain't scared to say it. Yeah, because I'm an apostle. They said, well, he's an apostle. Why he ain't keep the church open? I know it's a question. He's an apostle. And don't get it twisted. We're going to open more churches. But you can't stay with people. You can't stay around people that sheeps that have become wolves. You have to detach yourself from toxic people. Because those same people plot to end you. I already could sense what was going on. So for me, I obeyed the Lord. I obeyed God. And they got mad because I obeyed God. Because I saw their treachery. The one thing about being a person that gives his life to God is that you see stuff ahead of time. And so let me say it like this right here. For some of the folks that don't know, I am divine influence. Divine influence wasn't no church. Divine influence was Fred Gooden. Divine influence is the grace of God that comes from God that influences a nation. So the church didn't end. The church just moved. And so that's what real talk about. This is for some of you that's coming on. You got to go ahead of time. This is Pastor Fred, God's Man on Deck. This is Conversation and Verses, songs that I'm talking about, and other songs that I'll be talking about. Some of the songs are more upbeat. Some of the songs are more serious. That I talk about some of the things that I went through. Some of the things that I went through as a child and the stuff that I had to wrestle to. Everything on that album is to help somebody. But I gave all my truth and I gave all my realness and I didn't hold anything back. And I still ain't gonna hold nothing back. Real talk. I still ain't gonna hold nothing back. That's what this is about. That's what this is about.
There's always two sides.
There's always two sides of a
So
story.
let me tell it my way. My way.
Once a kid.
I really thought they had me. Circled up just to blast me. Believe the rumors from them bastards. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk.
Real talk. Real talk. Pastor.
What's funny about that is, you can't get offended if you wasn't one of the ones that was violating. Somebody laugh with me. Give me some laugh. Give me some of them smiley faces. Somebody laugh with me. Like, for real, you can't get angry if you wasn't one of the ones that plotted my demise, that plotted in secret. Come on, y'all, let's go over here and do this. Come on, y'all, let's go over here and do that. Because he finna die. Come on, y'all, he done failed. Y'all thought I failed. And you didn't know. If you'd have stayed in my life, you would have been in a better place. But God, y'all listen to this. Sometimes we prefer people to stay that God needs to move. Because you can't take them where you're going at. And truth of the matter is, they didn't have what it takes to go where I was going. Because God says, I'm getting ready to do something new with you. And so the thing that I chose to get healed. And real talk is that song. That's that song. So I want you to go to it. PastorFred.bandcamp.com or PastorFred/bandcamp.com. It's the catharsis. It's the album. I want you to listen to it. Rose was good. I want you to go listen to it. I want you to go listen to it. To all my enemies, I'm still here. To all you religious bishops, same ones you wanted me to, you want me to walk with you, I'm still here. No, I ain't fall. No, I ain't fall. I was Ezekiel in my cage. I was Job in my trial. But I never forsake the living God. I never turned my back on God. Rambo shekande. Marandora kesiando. Never. God just does things, and y'all gotta catch this. Yeah, Patricia, you can download it. God just does things and lets us go through some things and lets things happen to us because we're supposed to learn from it. So I had to go through my season like everybody had to go through their season. I had to go through it. I had to go through what I went through because had I not gone through it, I wouldn't have met the woman that God have called through my life. Watch this, people. Sometimes the Judas, whether it be a husband or a wife, whatever the ex is to you, sometimes the Judas has to get a last kiss so they can go their way. And your Judas was not ordained for your life. Let your Judas go. Embrace. Sometimes you got to embrace the knife that they stab you with. Rombo shekiando. Because when God pull it out, you're going to be healed on the other end. I'm still here. Real talk. Real talk. Folk going to get mad. I know folk heard the song, and some folk right there, watch this. It's crazy. Some folk done heard the album. And I know why they ain't said nothing. Got my phone number. You know why they ain't said nothing and made no comments about it? Because they was one of them. They was one of them plotting my demise. They was one of them thought that I hadn't failed. Man, God ain't do nothing but cocoon me. He took me and cocooned me. He took me as a butterfly. Now watch this. I wasn't a larva. I wasn't an undeveloped larva. I was a butterfly that he put back in the cocoon again and gave me bigger wings to fly with. I'm getting ready to go enjoy my day. And my wife, getting ready to bless. Happy birthday to my daughter, LaQuisha. Happy birthday to her. Trina Brown, God bless you. Dietrich, God bless you. Crystal Lyons, God bless you. Patricia Baker, God bless you. I want to thank God for my mama. You know, I want to thank God for her. I want to thank God for her. But it's time. It's time. Look at my baby right there. Watch this. Hey, baby.
What's up, sweetie?
I'm on live. Say hey.
Hi. I'm sorry.
You ain't got to be sorry. She always saying about
I was
me.
calling you about something God just did.
I'm getting ready to go.
Amazing. Okay.
I love y'all. I'll see you in a minute, baby.
Amazing. Okay. Amazing.
Tell them bye, baby.
Bye. God is amazing.
Listen to this. That woman right there, if you got you a hitter, wife, husband, they ones. They with you. Stick with them. I'm getting ready to go. But I'm going to end with the song again. Y'all ride out with me.
There's always two sides.
I dedicate this to all y'all enemies.
So let me tell it.
The ones thought y'all wasn't going to make it.
Once a kid.
I really thought they had me. Real talk. Circle up
Just to blast me.
real talk.
Believe the rumors from them bastards.
Real talk.
Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Pastor Fred and I'm on one.
Yeah.
You can call it smoke or you can call it gas. You can call it what you want, but I'm gonna get that. Forgive me, I took a lot from some entitled niggas. Kept it funkin' from the start, always 100 with them. Sharing my heart with them, sharing my life with them, sharing my vision with them while they acting so forgetful. Dismissing everything I ever did for you. Believe the rumor from a liar what they did for you. I was 100 proof flame like expensive vodka. Drunk with wisdom that I gave, left your heart solid. You can never say I played, I was never rocking. I guess that Judas kiss was sweet, now my boy's foreign. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte.
Just to blast me. Real talk. Believe the rumors
Hello,
from
Charlotte.
them bastards. Real talk. Pastor Fred,
Love y'all.
I'm on one. Real
Real
talk.
talk.